Heavy mud, snow and freezing cold are said to make operations difficult for both sides in the Russia-Ukraine war. Experts say Ukraine, which is fighting to retake areas seized by Moscow, has a lot more to lose. Frontlines in Ukraine may become more static due to weather conditions in the next few months. Western countries are speeding up shipments of winter clothing and new rounds of artillery and counter-drone defenses to Kyiv.
Weather is a significant factor in any military operation. Winter definitely will present some challenges to all parties on the battlefield. I think that when you look at things like rain, snow, mud, the impact that it has on the terrain, it definitely will add another level of complexity to already very dynamic battlefield. And so this is why, a major reason why you see us continuing to work very closely with Ukraine, with our international partners and allies, to identify what Ukraine's needs are.
Meanwhile, Russian forces are also preparing for a months-long grind. Ukraine has pressed on with its counter-offensive in different directions before the advent of bad weather conditions. Several NATO countries have started rushing in winter equipment to Ukraine already. I expect that Ukraine will continue to do everything it can throughout the winter to regain its territory and to be effective on the battlefield. We're going to do everything we can to make sure they have what's required to be effective, said Lloyd Austin, Defense Secretary. Lloyd Austin also urged nations who could not provide Ukraine with weapons to supply vital non-lethal aid. These non-lethal weapons could include medical supplies and cold weather gear that Ukrainians need to fight in the winter. Canada is supplying 500,000 items of winter clothing, including jackets, pants, boots, gloves and parkas. Lithuania is providing gear for some 25,000 Ukraine soldiers, and Estonia has pitched in with 2 brigades worth of winter clothing. Germany has delivered hundreds of thousands of winter hats, jackets and pants to Ukraine. The US and UK have also included winter clothing in recent assistance packages for Kyiv. Ukraine has also been asking for additional robust air defense systems and munitions. Earlier, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said that the NATO is willing to provide more air defense systems to Ukraine.
We will stand by Ukraine for as long as it takes. We will step up our support, and in particular we will provide more air defense systems to Ukraine.
During winter, tanks and other armored vehicles will be harder to deploy in the mud and snow. Other equipment, such as military-grade drones, will be largely unaffected. The advantage on the battlefield remains with Ukraine forces after their counter-offensive launched in late August. It has helped in rolling back the Russian occupation across large areas of the northeast. However, holding frozen ground for days or weeks on end can also weaken the will of a fighting force. For Russia's military, the harsher winter conditions will be a stern test after a string of retreats. Russian commanders are also struggling with equipment losses, mounting casualties, and weakening morale. Reports say Russian soldiers are lacking effective winter military clothing and adequate winter gear. Ukraine claims Russia's strikes on critical infrastructure are meant to trigger a humanitarian crisis amid winter. President Zelensky said on October 18th that 30% of Ukraine's power plants had been destroyed in the last 8 days.